What's up guys, Jim here with a quick update video. So there's a game that I'm going to talk with you guys about today that has been out for a while. It's an exclusive for the Xbox 360, and for the longest time you could pick it up for dirt cheap. At GameStop at least, you could pick it up for $3 used, and if you could find it at GameStop new, you could get it for $6, so pretty cheap. A lot of people hated this game. Some people really enjoy this game. This is a game that actually was in development for 10 years, and the game that I'm going to be talking about with you guys today is Too Human for the Xbox 360. This is a really interesting story I want to just share with you guys on how, for the longest time, this has been a really cheap, inexpensive game, and now it's suddenly become a lot more rare than it was several months ago. I actually have the Electronic Gaming Monthly. It was the world exclusive play and interview / information on Too Human, and it's so awesome because on the front cover it says the Xbox 360 trilogy. We finally played Microsoft's 10 years in the making adventure, and it's an entirely new breed of epic, which is such an awesome statement. In the article, actually on the front page, it asks the question, will Too Human change video gaming forever? Well, not exactly. So the funny thing is, with this article for Electronic Gaming Monthly, they were just gushing over how great the controls was and how revolutionary the control system was, and this epic story. It's going to be a trilogy. It's unbelievable. And within a matter of months, EGM went back and they played it again, I think at E3 or the Game Developers Conference. Anyway, they talked about it and they're like, oh, this game's horrible. This is just an awful game. So it kind of had me scratching my head. It's like, Electronic Gaming Monthly, what is it? Is this game awesome or is it garbage? But anyway, this game definitely did not sell as well as they had hoped it would sell. If it had, we would have had, in fact, perhaps number 2, number 3. This was a planned trilogy. But what the problem with Silicon Knights was that they ended up getting into a bit of an altercation. They ended up suing Epic Games. They were in an agreement with Epic Games. Epic Games is going to provide them the Unreal 3 engine, and for a while, for however many years, Too Human was being developed with the Unreal 3 engine. But if you look on the back, there's no mention at all of the Unreal 3 engine. Okay? They ended up using their own, Silicon Knights ended up using their own game engine. But the problem with this was, Epic Games took a look at the engine, took a look at the game, and what they learned was, apparently, what they're claiming, Epic Games, they ended up countersuing Silicon Knights, stating on how Silicon Knights was using the Unreal 3 engine to create their own game engine. And so in November, the courts awarded in Epic Games' favor, and Silicon Knights had to pay millions, is going to have to pay millions of dollars in damages. Plus, here's the thing, here's the whole point of the video. The courts ordered Silicon Knights to destroy all unsold copies of Too Human. Now, this is the interesting thing, okay? So GameStop, I went to my local game store, and I asked the manager, I said, did you get the memo? Did they actually tell you on how you're supposed to destroy all copies? And he's like, yeah, no copies at all. Luckily, I have actually a second copy here. So I have 2 copies. I'm not sure how rare this game is going to be in the future. But I was checking out the online forums, and apparently this is the case for GameStop stores around the country. I'm not sure, if where you live, if game stores, that's kind of like a chain, if they received the same memo to destroy all copies of Too Human. But anyway, here's the interesting thing. I noticed on eBay for the longest time it was at a certain price. It was definitely more than $3 used, the price that GameStop was selling it for the longest time. After this whole the jury's decision was made, or the court's decision was made in November. But the thing was, for the past couple months up until now, you could also find Too Human for sale on the games marketplace. You could download it to your Xbox 360 hard drive, and I think it was really cheap. I think it was only like $10 or $15. You could get it for really cheap. But now, I think it just actually happened this week, you can no longer download anything Too Human related. You cannot download the game, any of the DLC or add-on content, or themes or gamer pictures. I believe that's all off. So anything Too Human related is no longer available over Xbox Live. So anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you this really interesting story on how Too Human, which was once a super cheap game, is perhaps not going to be like that for much longer. I would definitely check your local game store if you could find it on the cheap. Again, it is not the best game in the world, but for what it is, it's a decent game with a really interesting story. So there you go, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have Too Human, definitely let me know your thoughts on the game. And as always, guys, I'll talk to you later.